Hi there, Totally Amazing here, the home of scientific knowledge and discovery. This is the 1st of January 2K19, and here is your host. Now, just before we get into today's little subject, just in loving memory of Mitchell, who passed away a while ago, and I was recently informed of this. So in loving memory of Mitchell and all family and friends, this is a dedication. So please #moment for Mitchell. A fallen, very good friend of ours, sadly, as I said, who I only just recently was informed that passed away. So please, moment for Mitchell. I'm actually going to raise a toast for him, and also this video is dedicated for one of my best friends, Liam B, who I've known for a few years now. So please, let's raise one with a good single malt. And there we are. So #moment for Mitchell, please. A moment for Mitchell. And anyway, let's move on and discuss, actually, on behalf of Liam, what he donated to me, which is our lamp, ensuring that we are all illuminated perfectly in our lives. So let's crack on and see what we have. So what you're looking at here is one of these typical lamps, and as you can see, it has the usual kind of squeaky affair. This was given to me because obviously he said it wasn't working and it's a little bit limp in the neck. I'm sure we've all come across limp things in our time, and this just happens to be one of these rather kind of funny little lamp deals that you can get from most sort of places. This one is, by the looks of it, from the Daylight Company. Let's sort of try and zoom into that. In fact, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, so let's just touch this a little bit closer. It seems to be upside down, so we'll move it there. And this actually does have the legitimate CE markings, along with the double square, which indicates that it's double insulated. Let's just zoom back out slightly. Now, these sort of affairs, you can usually find these in a variety of settings, and well, mostly a little bit more substantially built than this. So the kind of settings that you would find these things are from nail bars, where ladies go to have their fingernails painted, sort of dentists and doctors' offices, and the bigger versions, sort of round things with two handles, with numerous bulbs, sort of deal that you can find in operating theatres. This just happens to be one of these kind of smaller, more domestic affairs. This one is obviously powered, or driven rather, from a fluorescent lamp, which is here, as you can see, is actually slightly bent, as you can see, and this thing sort of has the strange kind of poor quality markings on it. It appears to be made by a company called Osram Dulux S. Now, Osram do actually make these sort of things, and it's the 11-watt variety. As you can see, this one sort of sounds a little bit shaky. And on the inside, yes, just sort of move this up. Maybe we might have to zoom in a little to actually see inside there. that's the actual fitting. And so you can see the spring clip here is a little bit loose, so you can start by bending this back in there a little bit. And then of course there's some cheap kind of aluminium deal here. And just before we go into the rest of the lamp, there's a sort of plastic lug which comes at the top, which would have probably had some protective plastic, sort of either translucent or transparent kind of protective colour over the top of this. Transparency is obviously where you see through it. Translucency is something that you pass light through, but you don't generally see clear through it. So what I'm going to do is just bend that back in. See if I can actually sort of holds a little bit. And we'll need to do something about the sort of screws here, and we can do something about that on the reverse side. Sort of tighten these up a little. Not actually kind of mashing the end of those sort of screw threads off. Yeah, so maybe that's a little better. That's a bit better. It holds up a bit more. And of course we do the same here. Just tighten this up here, and of course here. There we go. Unfortunately, it sort of deals. There we are. Sadly, sometimes these things, they go a little bit limp. They kind of have an adjustable screw here. You can sort of turn that, but that seems to be much better. Now, we can usually find these things, as we said, in a variety of settings. And from now on, this is going to be found in the setting essentially on my workbench. In future, the lighting problem should somewhat be solved, as long as this thing actually will work. A little bit lower, as we see how kind of flappy, loose base steel. Just sort of tighten tensioner screw there, which seems to be all the way up. So can't do anything about that, but the rest of these we can. Because after a while, sort of things kind of work loose a little bit, sort of flap around, but that seems much more stable. So that's fine. Now let's move down to the flex and let's have a look at some of the CE markings. So for this, I'm going to need something to point at. This is a rather long VD screwdriver. And let's take a look at the power adapter. As you can see, this is generally an 11 watt. Well, at least it supplies 11 watt through to the lamp. And it does actually drive main supply, so around 220 to about 250, which is nominal power. And we're looking, as it says, 50 hertz. And the nominal current is 0.155 amp, which translates to about 11 watts or so. So all this seems normal. And of course, we've got numerous markings here. And so it is actually internally fused, and there is actually it is earthed inside. The square block, 2 square markings here, means it's actually doubly insulated, and that's the fuse mark next to that, which there you can see indicates there'd be an internal fuse. As far as I know, it should be. There's the CE, which is the conformity to European standards, and of course the very famous dustbin with the cross through it, meaning that you shouldn't be throwing this in household waste. And then the TW 105 degrees Celsius, that's the maximum breakdown temperature before this becomes serious fire risk. Of course, it's for indoor use only. TDC Power Products Company Limited. And that's now going to bring us to actually the flex. And this is one of the reasons actually why you want CE approved, because if you look at the flex, you sort of bend this into whatever shape, it sort of stays there. So you can sort of kind of bend it over. It's fairly substantial. Now there are actually some markings on the flex. So let's just put this thing here on the bench. Let's zoom in and take a look at some of the markings so you can sort of see what you can expect to find. I don't know if you'll be able to, you probably might not be able to see any of that. But there you are, you've got something along the lines of the sort of product code of the cable, where my thumb would be. It's 60227, then the IEC, and a number there. So you'd have that. The 300 to 500V, that's the sort of rated maximum voltage. It's sort of next to that. The camera will, come on, silly camera. So the 2 times 0.75 millimeter squared, that's in relation to the internal conductors, line neutral, so it's 2 times 0.75 millimeters. And of course the rest of this is mostly in relation to the manufacturer, and it's repeated right the way alongside it. Cable. So let's just kind of put this down, and let's just do a quick experiment before we go ahead. Power it up. And as we said, the adapter itself would internally be earthed for obvious reasons, but the base and the rest of this isn't, because obviously it's only 2 times 0.75 mil, and there's only a line and neutral here, so we can actually test to see if it is indeed sort of earthed. So we can take a multimeter. Let's just turn this on. Let's just check first of all that the meter has continuity. Black. Yes, it does beep. So to test whether or not something is earthed, just put one probe, whether red or black, doesn't really matter, to the central earth pin, and go ahead and tap it. And no, there's nothing there. And for obvious kind of reasons, what we'll do is check the line neutral pins and see if there's anything that sort of gives us any sort of continuity across here, which it doesn't. Otherwise that would indicate that we would possibly have a fault. And again, here, and nothing. And of course we can just generally check things over. And of course on the frame, you sort of get continuity across there. So that seems to be fine. Let's now zoom out and proceed to power this unit up and see what we get. Let's just sort of zoom out. So we're now going to let's go ahead, and as we can see here, the power switch here. So where the 1 mark is on and the 0 is off. Let's actually power this up and see what we get. Let's plug it in right now. So this is now in. Of course, so we can do the sort of true volt alert, and as we can see on the volt alert, it does seem to be energized, so that's fine. Turn this on and we have light. Let's just get the light off. Of course, I've already checked this over, make sure it's electrically sound, because if it wasn't, I wouldn't be here now. And there we are. And of course the bulbs on these are fairly expensive, so if and when that does actually break, we'll probably just go ahead and turn this into some sort of LED variety, but that's fine. That actually seems to be okay. Of course, now we can move this up to whatever position we want. Now we can clearly see much better. So we are enlightened and very much illuminated. I seem to be sweating a little bit because of my evening and most of my day spent with my best mate, or my many best mates, Liam. So in fact now you are actually my best mate. So bottoms up to you. And of course, again to the tragic news that you told me about Mitchell. Well, yeah, condolences to other friends and family as well. So I just thought I would mention this to you. But anyway, back to the light. There are just a few adjustments we sort of need to make here. But I'm sure we can do that. It's a little bit loose there. But this was literally just sat in the corner of his room, or one of his rooms, not really doing anything much. And he said it was actually broken. Well, not really anymore. So there we are, and what we've just done as well is a visual inspection on our flex and cabling, just to make sure that nothing is untoward broken. Now we will actually have to do something here, just to kind of cover that lamp. So I'll probably manufacture some sort of transparent plastic to go over that, just to protect the fluorescent bulb from becoming damaged, as these fluorescent bulbs can sometimes contain traces of mercury or whatever, sort of mercury powder, something rather unpleasant, and that's not really what we want. And for the main part though, this actually does seem to be fairly fixed, and it now does give us much more flexibility in what we can now do. And when we're making other videos, we can now really get quite close in on the action. Let's just try this and see. Yes, we actually can. So we can certainly get more in on the action, and we can. So you should be able to see the altimeter there, as you can. Can get really close in on the action. So that, thanks to Liam B. I love you so much, mate. You are a top mate of mine. Cheers for the light. And to all you lovely dear viewers, that is that's going to make watching these videos a little bit easier and much more enjoyable. So anyway, this is yours truly, and we can now actually say we really are enlightened. And again, this is totally amazing, the home of scientific knowledge and discovery. This is the 1st of January 2K19 and beyond. Stay illuminated, stay cool, and obviously there's a meaning behind what I'm drinking here, and for reasons. Condolences as well to Mitchell. Heart's always here, never forgotten. And remember, dear viewer, life is precious. Stay cool, stay amazing, and be well, and enjoy life. Until next time, thanks for watching. See you soon.